Drunk driving laws are enforced impartially, very fairly across the board. It doesn't matter who you are. People are driving, famous actors, actresses, wealthy, they get stopped and they get arrested regardless. It doesn't matter. The law affects them, and there is no privileges given to them. They're just treated like everybody else. That's how important these laws are, very impartial. The officers, when they're driving, they're looking for impaired driving. They're looking for anyone who's breaking traffic laws, weaving, driving too fast. When they see that, they're going to stop you for that traffic violation. When they approach you, they're going to look for objective symptoms of intoxication. For example, odor of alcohol on your breath or on your clothes, red bloodshot eyes, slurred speech. Also, they're going to see how's your balance. When they ask you for your driver's license, it's generally an easy task, if you're not intoxicated, to get your driver's license. However, if you are, it can be a difficult task. If the officer assesses, who by the way is specifically trained to identify intoxicated drivers or intoxicated people, if they assess that, they will pull you out of the vehicle and administer a field sobriety test. By law, you are required to submit to that test. If you do not, you can be arrested, and the penalty for not submitting to that test could be pretty severe in terms of losing your driver's license, more of a penalty and more of a cost or a fine for that. So it's advisable to comply with the field sobriety test. You're given a number of manipulation tests. Depending how you perform on that, the officer may assess, hey, you're fine, you're okay, and let you go on your way. However, if the officer believes that you are in fact intoxicated, you will then be arrested, handcuffed, taken to a police station or a jail, and administered 2 other tests of your choice, either a breath test where you blow into a machine that measures your blood alcohol level, or a blood test. Obviously, the blood test, we can't see the results right away, so you will be booked for drunk driving. The breath test, depending on what the reading of the blood alcohol level is, you may or may not be booked. You may be released right then and there. If you have a blood alcohol level that's over the limit, or the officer assesses that you're so impaired that it's unsafe for you to drive, you will be booked for drunk driving and placed in a holding tank and then bail out. Now the consequences of that is it's very, very expensive to go through that process because of the laws changing. If you go out and get your own attorney to deal with these issues, it can be as much as minimally $5,000, $6,000, and I've heard of people spending as much as $10,000 to deal with the legal issues. The penalties can be a fine, can be jail. You may be required to perform community service. You may have to attend AA type meetings. And again, depending if you have a history of being arrested for drunk driving, you may very well lose your license also.